Hey guys, Charlie here. Welcome to another video. And in today's video, I want to share with you guys my morning rituals, and maybe you could add some of them and incorporate them into yours and see if they help you achieve major goals. Or if you don't have any morning rituals, I'm gonna explain a little bit of why having rituals and why in the morning is such an important thing to do. So first of all, what are my rituals? So right now, I've tried different rituals in this year, especially in the morning. But the ones that I feel that have actually made the most impact in my life are first thing I do as soon as I wake up is that I avoid touching my phone. So the reason why I do this is even if that's not like a ritual, it's something that I part of my morning because when I touch my phone, usually what the first moment we wake up, we are very susceptible to everything. Our subconscious mind is like a sponge, and especially the first minutes we are awake and the very last minutes until we go to sleep, our subconscious mind is more susceptible to everything. So whatever thing you do in those moments is gonna impact have a it's gonna have a greater impact on your life. So if the first things you do in your morning, literally the first things you do are checking social media and maybe getting mad or jealous or frustrated or any type of those feelings, they are more likely to last. And instead, if we change those for feelings that actually make you happy, like being grateful, then you're gonna have a much better day through the rest of your day. So what I do is that I avoided touching the phone and I give thanks for as many things as I want to or I feel to. That would be the first thing I do. The second thing I would do would be a little bit of stretching because the body needs some stretch, needs to get moving. As Tony Robbins says, motion leads to emotion. So as soon as you move your body, you're gonna be able to feel better or feel different. If you just like stay strict and don't move, your body is not gonna do much. I mean, your feelings are not gonna improve much or change much. So we have to get ourselves in that peak state, right? So not every morning I get into my peak state, but usually I try to wake up with the more energy I can, put on some music, that then I touch my phone and get hyped. Now it's very important. There's something that I currently I'm not doing so much, but I've heard in a podcast, and is that in order for us to achieve our goals and everything that we want, we have to face some problems, and the best way to face those problems is thinking. And when you think and you actually put mind and effort to it and time to thinking how to overcome things, um, they're more likely to actually get overcome. So you have to give yourself like a space to think, and it makes a lot of sense actually because we are usually very in autopilot. Like we do everything that we have to do that we know, for example, the job, the house, everything. But when do we really sit down to think? And that's really the only thing that makes us different from other animals is that we have the ability to think and be self-aware and and those kind of things. So if we actually think and give ourselves a space, especially in the morning, if you are someone that likes to wake up wake up early, usually the early morning is a very good time to give yourself some minutes for yourself to think, to enjoy, maybe with a coffee or maybe walking, or maybe just sit down, however you like it the most. But definitely you have to give yourself a space to think. And the other things that I like to do, I like to say some phrases that motivate me, and I like also visualization. So I visualize things that I would love to have in my life, or I would love to be, or experience. So those are like the basic things I do in my morning routines. Now, I also go for a walk, 45-minute walk outdoors, especially because of the 75 hard challenge. But besides that, I like reading. Sometimes I don't do it in the morning, but I read at least 10 pages of a self development book. I try not to make it too complex because I like the morning to be more smooth. But yeah, that's my morning routine. So um, in a nutshell, I think that having a morning routine. Oh, I forgot. Why should you have rituals or morning rituals? The reason is because there's two types of motivation. The one that school and our parents, I mean, the one that school teaches us, and the one that actually works. Basically, we have outer motivation and inner motivation. I think it's called like intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. So, extrinsic motivation or outer motivation basically is the things around us motivates us to do the things that we have. For example, in school, they would say like there's a deadline for this project. So you would usually work more the closer you were to the deadline, right? Because you have an external motivation, external pressure that is making you um, work. Now, the problem with this is that if, first of all, it can be very stressful. That's why there's a lot of people with a lot of stress because they have deadlines and those kind of things, and that's very, very stressful. Plus, when it's gone, you don't have more motivation. If you don't have a deadline or something you have to be pressuring you, then there's really no motivation and you start procrastinating. Truth is that people that only work under pressure are truly just procrastinating. And I'm not saying that procrastination is bad. I think that it depends. Um, but that's another topic. The thing is that inner motivation or intrinsic motivation is the motivation you build from rituals. So, for example, when you brush your teeth, when you first were little and your parents were teaching you how to brush your teeth, most of us didn't like it. And it would take mom and dad to be pressuring us constantly for us to do it. Eventually, it became a habit, a ritual, and we kept going and going and going. That's the reason we have nice teeth or we don't have like fucked up teeth. The intrinsic motivation, which is the habit, the ritual, like we know, we rationalize it. If I don't do this every day, my teeth are gonna be very bad and they're gonna hurt and I'm gonna have a lot of problems. But the truth is, it became a habit since I was little, thanks to that outer motivation, but later it was just me, my ritual. I didn't need more pressure, right? So that's the goal, right? So a better way of thinking of things is instead of deadlines and usually how workers think, that's how they teach us in school or in college, you have to start thinking on rituals. What ritual can I incorporate in my life that will actually help me, right? So, as every ritual, you have to go through some outer pressure first, pressure yourself, even if you don't like it, to do it every single day. And eventually, it will be easy. It will be just part of your life. That's how it works. But this is it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Pura vida.